Jellyfish, it's Tracy. Beautiful jellyfish, that's what I call you. Yes, hi, Tracy. I'm here, still sick. That is what's going on. I've been sick for now 2 weeks. It's been awful. The first week, I got started getting sick on like Halloween. I felt like all headachy and stuff, and then that carried out through a week, and then I found out that I had a throat infection. Now I have sinus infection. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's been like these past 2 weeks, and I'm just like, make it end, please. So, yeah, I'm coming at you. Or no, it's the start of the 3rd week now that I'm sick. That's great, awesome. So, I'm doing this video, and I have a first part of it, so you should check that out. But, you know, some people really can't spend $300 on their mana base, or some outrageous money like that. So here are some cool lands that I feel like, you know, sometimes when you're building like an EDH deck, it's always like good to have like on hand like some lands that you like to like throw in your EDH decks. Like I have a couple lands that I'm like pretty standard EDH lands for me. So, and again, these are not like millions of dollars. So, okay, the first card is Rupture Spire. I really like this card if you're playing multicolored decks because, yeah, you need to, like, pay 1 mana for it, like when it ETBs, or else you gotta sack it. But you know what? It's had any mana of any color to your pool, which I just think is super awesome. Especially, too, with those 4-color commanders that are coming out. When are those coming out? Did those come out yet? I should really get into that, because I'm super excited about them, but I haven't looked into them much. I keep forgetting. But yeah, Rupture Spire is super awesome if you're playing multicolored decks, because you can just, like, tap something, and then, again, it just gives you any mana of any color. So I think the card's really cool. I mean, some people would define it as slow, but if you're someone who, again, can't spend, like, $700 on a mana base, Rupture Spire is a pretty good card. I like it. Then we have, Terramorphic Expanse, and Evolving Wilds. So these are really good, I think, for a lot of reasons. If you're playing some sort of, like, graveyard thing, like Delve, whatever, like playing Tasigur in EDH, I have, like, Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanse in my deck. Should they be fetch lands? Yeah, probably, but those are, like, $1,002,000, so, like, if you don't want to spend that, these are really good substitute. Yeah, the lands come in tapped. But whatever. They're a cheap alternative and I like them a lot. And yeah, like I said, they're really good for like graveyard synergies, things like that. And they get you mana of any color. Super good. I like it. Okay, then we have Manic Confluence. I really like Manic Confluence. You know, I actually have it in my Super Friends deck because when I was trading away like cards to get for the deck, one of my friends had the deck previously, and so I got a bunch of cards from him. And that was one of the things, and he was like, hey, you should throw Manic Confluence in there, so I traded for it, and I was like, wow, this card's really good. Yeah, you have to pay life, but you know what? You get to add mana of any color to your pool. And the fact that you're playing it in EDH, so like, you have 40 life to start out with, and if you're not playing a lot of other things that like do damage to yourself, I think Manic Confluence is like a super good option. Really good if you're, again, you're playing like 3, 4, 5 color decks, whatever, and you need like a good land. I think Manic Confluence is sweet. Then we have Ghost Quarter. You know, I always think it's really fair to run a little bit of land destruction, and I don't run it to be like super mean. I run it to stop people from doing like Cabal, is it Cabal Coffers and Urborg, that combo? Yeah. You know, I just don't want to let people have like millions and millions of mana. So again, I do this not really to cut someone off from their colors, more so just to get rid of a land that's super threatening, like get rid of one of these like specialty type lands so that they can't do super dumb things. So I try not to be like totally rude, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, I cut you off of your color, you know, whatever. So yeah. Okay, then we have Reliquary Tower. I think that this goes in probably every EDH deck. Probably. The reason why I say it doesn't go in all of them, it depends on how much card draw you have. But I found more than not, a lot of times I'm like, yo, you know what I really need right now? I really need a Reliquary Tower. Super, super essential if you have a ton of card draw. You're running like blue and you're running like mass card draw. You need this card. Super, super good. There's been so many instances where I'm like, wow, I really need a Reliquary Tower on the field right now. Okay, then we have Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle. If you're playing like Mina and Den, Omnath and EDH, you really need to get Valakut because it is super, super good. Like, you're all like, Boundless Realms, and you're like, get 12 lands, get 12 Valakut triggers. Okay, hold on, 12 times 3 is 36, you just get to do 36 damage. Like, that's super awesome. Yeah, Balance Realms is really, 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 Balance Realms is really good, but Valakut is super awesome. Also just really good if you're playing, like, mono red or, like, something like that. Just any deck where you're playing, like, a ton of mountains, Valakut is amazing. Super good. Then we have Blighted Woodland. Again, if you're doing that Omnath, Mina, and Den strategy, I really like Blighted Woodland. You kind of have to pay a bit of mana for it, but again, if you're doing like landfall triggers, things like that, I just think this card's really good. I think my favorite out of that set from whatever, was that in like Shadows of Innistrad? I can't even remember when that was in, but okay. Then we have Emeria the Sky Ruin. So it turns out that every turn, you know, getting a creature back to your graveyard, it's like really good. True, you have to make sure you have those 7 planes, and Emeria is not a plane, so it doesn't count. So you need 7 planes. But you know what? If you're playing like mono white, or you're just playing a thing where you have like a ton of planes, playing like 2 color or whatever, Emeria is super, super good. The fact that you like can get that off, you just get creatures back, like whatever. It's Emeria Shepherd on a land, basically. Card's really great. I like it. Then we have Windbrisk Heights. Let me tell you something. This card is just awesome. Like, it is so good, especially in EDH, I think, and the reason why is because, you know, you're playing a deck and you have, like, a ton of dudes, and you're just like, I just 1 mana in, like, a 7 mana cost thing, which can and cannot be, like, you know, in EDH, you're probably running, like, mana rocks, mana dorks, you know, you're running, like, a ton of lands, things like that. But it's kind of hard in white, especially if you're doing mono white. So the fact that with Windbrisk, you just have, like, a lot of dudes, and then you're just like, oh, you know, like, for 1 mana, I'm just gonna, or, I mean, it's that, and then 1 mana, so, like, 2 mana total, just get, like, a Ray of Dawnbringer, or, like, an Avenger of Zendikar, or, like, whatever you want. It also says whenever you attack, so you can do it, and then, you know, declare your daggers and then get your thing. It's just, like, really good. I get feels when I think of this card because I've played it in Black-White Tokens, and let me tell you, like, doing that and then having, like, Intangible Virtue and then getting, like, Sorin, not Grim Nemesis, Sorin, why can't I think of it? It's a 4 mana Sorin, not Lord of Innistrad, the other one. Oh, man. It's so bothering me that I can't think of what it is right now, but the 4 mana Sorin, not Lord of Innistrad. And, you know, you just, like, soar in, and then you things have vigilance, and then you give them +1/+0 and lifelink until end of turn, so then your tokens are, like, 3/2s, and then, like, oh, just so good. That card's great. And the last card I'm going to talk about in this video is Nykthos. If you're running, I mean, even if you're running, like, 2 colors, I think you're totally good with Nykthos. You know, like, I remember watching Standard Block when, like, all of this devotion stuff was going around, and let me tell you, it was just super sweet, and, like, everyone was running Nykthos was great. So yeah, Nykthos is just awesome. You know, the fact that you can have just, like, a ton of mana symbols and then you're just, like, tap for, like, those things is amazing. I run this card in Yisan, my Yisan EDH deck, and it's just, like, the nuts. Because it's, like, you know, have, like, 7 mana symbols and then just get, like, 7 into your pool for, like, 2 mana. It's just, like, amazing. Cards look great. Okay, yeah, that was it. That was it we're talking about. Couple of awesome lands. Like I said, I'll link the first thing in the down bar. I have like a ton of stuff down there. If you don't check it out, you should, because there's some cool links and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Talk to you guys later. Bye.